If you think you know Carry On Up the Khyber, the 1968 British comedy classic that took the empire and turned it into pure farce, think again.
Our only hope now is to try and scotch the rumour before it spreads too far. You're right.
Behind the pith helmets, kilts and innuendo lies a film packed with hidden details, production mishaps, sly political jokes, and the occasional accident that made it into history. Here are 10 things you probably didn't spot in Carry On Up the Khyber, the outrageous, glorious peak of the Carry On series.
I've got something very important to do.
What?
I've got to go to the Qazi.
Even before anyone saw a frame, the title caused a stir.
So you're cold, are you?
Perishing. The way the wind whistles up the pass.
Up the Khyber might sound like a travelogue, but British audiences in 1968 knew exactly what it meant. Cockney rhyming slang for Khyber Pass, or less politely, your backside. Producer Peter Rogers reportedly worried it was too suggestive for posters or TV adverts, but the cheekiness worked. People queued just to see what the fuss was about.
Take the shortcut to the Khyber Pass and wipe out the British garrison there.
The title alone set the tone for the most famously risque Carry On. Despite all those mountain ranges and sun-baked cliffs, Carry On Up the Khyber wasn't filmed anywhere near India. The outdoor scenes were shot in Snowdonia, North Wales, chosen for its dramatic, rocky slopes that could double as the Khyber Pass.
There's someone moving about down in the pass. Do you think those fools will try to make a fight of it?
They will have difficulty.
Heather Dean Hall at Pinewood Studios in Ivor Heath stood in as the governor's residence exterior shots. It's been used in many Carry On films.
I wouldn't leave the compound if I were you, Mr. Belcher. These Berbers are after blood, you know.
While interiors and close-ups were shot back home at Pinewood Studios. If you look closely, you can even spot pine trees in the background of some shots. Not the most convincing Himalayan vegetation, but somehow it adds to the film's charm.
Widow! Run!
For a Carry On, Khyber looks grand. Cavalry charges, explosions, elaborate costumes, but the budget was still small by film standards, and much of what you see was borrowed.
Commander of the Devils in Skirts wears silk knickers? I would like to say, Your Excellency, that I am only wearing them from a sense of duty.
The Highland Regiment's kilts and tunics were rented from stock originally made for the 1960 Alec Guinness film Tunes of Glory.
On the next word of command, the hands will be brought smartly up to the level of the shoulder.
And the soldiers' helmets and webbing came from earlier war films like Zulu. Pinewood's art department then repainted and aged them to look dusty and colonial.
The last time, stop calling it a dangler. It's a sporran.
It's smoke and mirrors, but beautifully done. Kenneth Williams' performance as the pompous Qazi of Calabar is one of the boldest in the entire Carry On series.
You have heard your great leader, bunged it in of Jaxie.
Pure, unfiltered Williams, grand, verbose, and gloriously over the top.
Never mind. We have the photograph.
In his diaries, he confessed that he thought the script was a bit filthy, worrying it might verge on bad taste. But once filming began, he went for it with total commitment. Every twitch, every ridiculous vowel sound, every flourish of the hands was deliberate and precise.
Seize him!
His Qazi is both villain and clown, a parody of pompous authority, played with razor-sharp wit. It's a masterclass in comic exaggeration.
Or, as they say in England, they tickle the fancy.
That still feels fresh decades later. The most famous scene in Carry On Up the Khyber, the black tie dinner at Government House, is a perfect slice of British absurdity.
Splendid man. He went down very well with the lunches.
Did he? Yeah, they had him.
The fort is under siege, explosions shake the walls, and the governor and his guests calmly continue eating as if nothing is happening.
You mean the noise outside just now?
Yes, that's right.
Yes, a spot of thunder.
What most viewers don't know is that this scene was carefully choreographed chaos. The collapsing plaster walls were rigged with small explosive charges.
Well, that's not what we ordered, is it, Sydney?
Of course it isn't. Chindi, what's the meaning of this?
That had to go off at exactly the right moments, just inches from the cast. Joan Sims, playing Lady Rough Diamond, was told to keep acting no matter what fell around her. When dust landed in her hair mid-scene, she quipped,
Junior! I seem to have got a little plastered!
It was entirely improvised, and so funny that director Gerald Thomas left it in. That line remains one of the best unscripted moments in the entire Carry On series.
I thought we'd have coffee in the lounge.
Yes, why not?
Sid James, as Governor Sir Sidney Rough Diamond, gives one of his most confident carry-on performances.
Flowers! It's getting worse. It's like a horrible canker spreading right through the army.
But behind the laughs, he was suffering from gout during production. In some scenes, he can be spotted leaning or sitting more than usual, and it's no coincidence that the regiment he commands is called the 3rd Foot and Mouth.
Terrible noise. Yes, it's shocking, isn't it? It's not a first-class orchestra. Mind you, they're doing their best.
The writers adored the irony. Despite the discomfort, James never missed a day's filming, proving again why he was the backbone of the series.
I mean, we British, we got a reputation for that sort of thing out here. We want to keep it up, don't we?
Angela Douglas, who played the beautiful Princess Jelly, handled her role with poise.
My father, who are those people?
But filming in the Welsh hills wasn't always elegant.
I have decided that you will all try and get back to the residency.
We? What about you?
During one take, her long skirt caught on a rock, tearing the seam and revealing her slip. The crew laughed, she kept running, and the moment stayed in one of the wide shots. A split-second, blink and you'll miss it wardrobe malfunction. It's so quick that most viewers never notice.
Yes. Everyone will be watching when it is done. It is the custom.
Talbot Rothwell's script wasn't just about bawdy jokes. It was also a sly dig at the arrogance of empire.
They have led us to believe that the devils wore nothing beneath their skirts.
The entire premise of the 3rd Foot and Mouth Regiment, that their invincibility depends on reputation rather than fact, is a sharp satire on British colonial myth-making.
But who can be afraid of men who wear such a ridiculous thing beneath their skirts?
Precisely.
Rothwell, who served in the RAF during the war, understood the absurdity of military pride.
Look at our motto. Always ready for action.
His genius was to bury that observation inside farce. It's one reason Khyber stands out. It's both funny and clever.
King,
Your Excellency?
you heard. His Highness wants proof.
Roy Castle's turn as the heroic Captain Keen is unique in the Carry On world. Known mainly as a musician, dancer and all-round entertainer, Castle brought a different energy to the series.
No, thank you, Sergeant Major. We must stick together whatever we do.
Straighter, more earnest, a perfect foil to Sid James's bluff humour. He only appeared in this one Carry On.
I say, that's a dashed bad show.
Perhaps we ought to go out and have a look at the situation, eh, Captain?
Yes, sir.
But his rapport with the regulars worked beautifully. His deadpan reactions make the surrounding madness even funnier.
All right, Sergeant Major. I'm sure you did your best. Carry on. Take over the defence.
Huh?
When Carry On Up the Khyber was submitted to the British Board of Film Censors, they nearly gave it an A certificate because of its suggestive humour and bare-legged Highlanders.
What have you got out of her?
Mind your own business.
I mean, what information?
Producer Peter Rogers argued it was harmless fun, pure pantomime. The board agreed, and the film was released with a U rating, meaning suitable for all ages. That made it, technically, one of the rudest Universal films ever released in Britain.
Well, it makes a change from Tiffin.
A badge of honour that still makes fans smile.
It is like their Sir Francis Drake finishing his bowls.
Oh, don't talk bowls to me.
Carry On Up the Khyber isn't just the funniest of the carry-ons. It's a small miracle of British filmmaking. Shot in Wales, dressed as India, and carried by a cast of absolute pros, giving it everything they had.
You and the Princess plan to get married, eh, Captain?
That's right, sir.
Oh, I do love a wedding.
From Kenneth Williams' magnificent pomposity
By the time I've finished with them, their stiff upper lips will be so limp, they'll be hanging down to their navels.
to Joan Sims' perfect ad-lib. From Sid James' battle with gout to Talbot Rothwell's razor satire.
All right, go. Blimey, don't have to make a full-scale tattoo out of it. All right, get on with it, Whittling.
Whittle, sir.
It's a film that rewards rewatching. So next time you see those kilts fluttering in the wind of the Khyber Pass, remember, behind every laugh was a little chaos, a lot of talent, and a touch of British genius.
Ivan Hale?
Yes, Ginger Hale. It's me, Jimmy. Your old mate, Jimmy Whittle.